Hello, 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 dear friends. This is your pal Marty Jones checking in with you from Austin, Texas today, and I'm really excited to have a special guest join me today. First of all, she's a powerhouse. Second of all, a lifelong entrepreneur and respected community leader, and she's also a great mom. Shuronda Robinson is the founder and CEO of Adesa Communications, which is an award-winning public relations firm here in Austin and working across the nation and around the world. And she's also the co-owner of Austin Woman Magazine, which is a very nice publication. If you haven't seen it yet, you can check it out on newsstands or online. She's a certified life coach who has helped thousands of people. And today, Shuronda's got something new cooking and up her sleeve that I want to share with my friends and audience. So, Shuronda, come on in to the thing. Good to see you.
You have sound effects, Marty.
Oh, I can't hear them on my side, but cool. I'll take them. I always like sound effects.
I heard clapping.
Yay, yay. Good stuff. Well, we're that excited to have you here with us today. Tell us a little bit about your story. How did you get here today?
Well, I'm so grateful to be with you, and hello to everyone who's watching. I say to Marty all the time, all good things come from Marty. And so I know this is another good thing. Absolutely. I am just at a part of my point in my life and a part of my life where it's about legacy. And everything that I've done up to this point matters, but it only matters in the sense that it's equipped me to be able to do the work that I'm doing now. So I'm an entrepreneur. Fourth generation. I had the privilege of having parents who really molded and shaped me in a way that forced me to learn, right? Forced me to grow. My dad was a coach. And so he was like, you got to learn how to win. And my mom was and is still a teacher. And so she was like, you got to learn how to think. And so I took that foundation and began to build 6 and 7 figure organizations and lead teams. And along the way, I had to discover myself. I came to the recognition that as someone who's a leader, as someone who is a business owner, that in a lot of ways, it was all about me. Right? That I was the one setting the tone. I was the one setting the culture. I was the one setting the goals. I was the one setting the vision. And so if I didn't know how to manage my emotions, if I didn't know how to dream big or have a vision, if I got stopped when I got scared, then no one else around me would thrive, but certainly I wasn't thriving.
Well, I happen to know a little bit about your family story. I'm sure there were more than one business, but one business really sort of captured my imagination because I could kind of in a sideline way relate to it. Talk about some of your family enterprises.
Sure. So you're talking about the newspaper?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was formative for me. I grew up in a newspaper family. So my parents started a weekly African-American weekly newspaper when I was in middle school. And I will tell you that I was resentful.
No,
At
really?
the beginning. I was like, why don't you have a normal job? Because I knew that there was payday, and payday meant you got to go to the store and, get something and they stopped having paydays.
Mhm.
And I was like, I don't understand why you would do that to me.
They had you clutching your pearls before you were a
It
teenager.
was like they couldn't afford to buy a uniform. I wanted to be in a majorette in the band, and the uniforms were like $800 or something back in the day. And still, that's a lot of money today, but that was a lot of money back in the day as well. And I remember going to my mother saying, I think you should get a job. I think you should go back to work because this newspaper thing ain't working for me.
How long was it before you became part of the newspaper staff? I mean, at some
Oh,
point you were
in
writing.
middle school. In middle school. Yeah, I learned to typeset. I took photography class, and so I was able to take pictures. I learned the production side of the business. I didn't know at the time that I was learning how to run my own business. But I was resentful because I really didn't get paid until maybe I was like in high school later.
Okay.
And I will tell you this only for you, Marty, that I wanted to be a waitress.
Really?
Yes, because my girlfriends in high school had tip money.
Ah,
And, my parents, they weren't really paying me. And so I was like, I want to be a waitress. Nothing wrong with waitressing, right?
nothing at all. Nothing at all. I've always been afraid of being a food server because of the the platter and all the
Right.
plates. No, I just
Right.
closest I got was working at the food service at the hospital. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I've
could do
never
one
done that.
tray.
So,
I could do
so
one tray at a
any
time.
right, exactly, one at a time. One of
Right.
the candy stripe girls, that was back in the day. I'm
Yeah.
dating myself.
Yeah.
But, I am open to working in a five-star, restaurant or a Michelin star restaurant as a waitress. So if anybody's watching who wants to hire me,
There we
let me
go. And,
know.
and, and it should be in an exotic location.
Exactly,
Really. Okay.
exactly.
Well, we'll put that out there. Um, I know that when we talk and when I see you at events all over Austin, and also had the privilege to hear you speak and be in conversation with you on stage, you talk a lot about purpose. So, what does that mean to you exactly, and why does it matter? Because I think I don't know, the term I think is getting a little wishy washy these days.
Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of a lot of definitions behind that word. I will start by saying that, you know, what where I am right now is really focused on supporting the development of women
Mm,
and women as leaders. And I really believe that there are women out there who have excelled. Like they have created these amazing businesses or they're climbing the corporate ladder. But in some ways, society and also our lack of understanding of who we are means that we don't do it in a way that we remain authentic,
yeah.
or we're afraid of our own power.
Mm,
Yeah, like
yeah.
because it's been used. I'll speak for myself. The way that I experienced power was either as punishment
Mm,
or as separation, right?
mm,
That, you were special and therefore you couldn't be like everybody else and you couldn't do what other people were doing. And so we have this really weird relationship with power that is disempowering. Um, or we want to be perfection. We want to be perfect,
mm. Yeah. And
right? We try to, yeah,
perfection shouldn't be in anybody's job description.
it's
Parent,
so dangerous.
employee, employer,
It's so dangerous.
client,
It's a dangerous place.
vendor. Yeah.
So I say all that because a lot of our experiences, either, from growing up or choices that we've made to excel in life, you know, take us away from understanding what our purpose truly is.
Yeah.
And so when I talk about purpose, what I mean is that you are your purpose.
Mm, that's wonderful. I mean, and I think what I take from that is something that in getting to know you over the last 5 years, I've adapted into saying, I'm on purpose
Yeah.
with this
Yeah.
endeavor. Is this on purpose for me?
Mhm.
Well, on the flip side of that, when you talk about this theme of like disempowering, I mean, on the real deal, how do you handle fear and doubt?
Mhm.
And when are you ready to take the next step?
Well, you're always ready to be ready to be ready to be ready, right?
Amen.
The way that I see the world is that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And so, our this lifetime, this moment is the most important moment. And to be present and to show up in that moment and to bring our purpose to it. And what is our purpose? It's love. When it comes to fear, right? I remember first being introduced to the idea of fear, or one of my earlier memories of fear is around the boogeyman.
Not the boogeyman.
The boogeyman, right? Like, I guess I got out of bed a lot. I needed more water. I needed to go to the bathroom. I was hungry. Like, parents would be like, go to bed, go to bed. And so they were like, the boogeyman's going to get you. Boogeyman's going to get you.
Yeah.
And I remember being afraid of the boogeyman. I never saw the boogeyman. I never heard the boogeyman. But all I knew is that if I didn't do it right, then the boogeyman was going to get me.
Right.
And years later, I ended up in therapy, not specifically because of the boogeyman, but I was on this real journey around just letting go of a lot of the trauma that I experienced. And my therapist at the time gave me a new definition of fear.
Oh, what
And
was
it
that?
was false evidence appearing real.
Say that one
False
more time.
evidence appearing real.
Wow.
And so it made me think about the boogeyman, right? It was like that was false evidence appearing real. And so I think that's how I think about fear now. I'm like, is it me reacting or responding to something I don't know? Right? Or is there something, because if I'm aware of it, if I know, then I can change or fix it. I can find people around me that can help me.
Right.
So there's no reason for me to stop and not to.
Yeah.
Fear is false evidence appearing real.
I read something recently, Shuronda, that has really been captivating to me. When going into a new situation or an existing situation, or there's some pressing thing, step back, especially as a leader or an owner, and say to yourself, what's missing?
Yeah.
What's missing? Because it's so easy to get reactionary, and especially in this era of weirdness. You are putting together some tools in a program that you're going to be offering. Can you tell us about it and give us a sneak preview of what's coming up?
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this. So I mentioned earlier that my mom and my dad were real formative for me in terms of setting a foundation where I could achieve really phenomenal success in life and in all areas of my life. And then I've been doing the work, right? To really not become better, but become more of who I am.
Amen.
Warts and all, right? And so about 10 years ago, I guess 12 years ago now, my dad passed away. And right before he passed away, I started this coaching business. And the name of that company was called the Joyful Living Center. So my dad passed away, and then about a year later, my younger brother passed away.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel very joyful. And so I shuttered. I finished up my assignments, and then I shuttered that business. And I thought at the time I was failing, because you know how you get excited and you get to you know this, you get to working on a project and you're like, go, 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 go. And then something happens beyond your control and you don't reach the goal that you set forth. And so I felt like I had failed in this work. But what I didn't know was, in that gap between shuttering the Joyful Living Center and launching what I'm about to tell you about, I grew tremendously, right? I matured in my understanding, and I had all of these experiences that really allowed me to pour into people and to support them, and to help people connect dots between where they are and where they want to go in a way that works for them. And so I'm so excited to be able to offer a 3-day live virtual experience called True to You, Women of Influence, where we focus on what is your vision, what is your purpose, what are the possibilities that are happening in your life, and then how you step into your power.
That is wonderful. And so this is for what kind of woman?
This is for a woman who has stopped herself because she's achieved so much success that she doesn't know where to go next, right? Or that she's afraid of really tapping into her voice and her vision of the world. This is for a woman who has climbed the corporate ladder and has made some choices that really make her feel like, hmm, maybe I'm not showing up authentically. Maybe I've compromised myself, or people don't see me for who I am. For those women who are ready to invest in themselves, women who are ready to set themselves up for 2025. We're moving into the end of the year. This is a great opportunity to like get it together for 2025, or who have some things to complete in 2024 and want that extra support and that boost to do so.
And so it sounds like this is for women of all ages, backgrounds, ethnicities.
Yeah.
It's really about coming together collectively and having a spotlight shown on some of these areas that you can build each other up around.
Absolutely. We operate in 5 domains in our life. You know, it's our career, our creative expression, it's our health, our relationships, our finances and financial flow, and then our spirituality. So we're going to be looking at each of those areas and answering the question, what is up for me? What do I want to create? What do I want to give? What do I want to receive?
So if I put a wig on, could I
You can
no, okay, I'll wait for the book.
You'll wait for the book. Okay.
Am I allowed to say that? Am I allowed to say that?
Oh, you can break the news. Yes, I'm
Okay.
writing. Only you would know that.
We'll
come back to that.
Little spoiler alert,
That's
little
right.
teaser.
That's right.
So how can women sign up for True to You? When are the dates? How long during the day will it be? That kind of thing. I'm sure we'll have some information below or in the link.
Right. All the logistics, all the deets. So you can go to Shuronda.com, SHURONDA.com. And the dates are November 7th through the 9th. So right after the US elections. And I know, right? Either way, we'll need it. But we'll start at 9:30 Central in the morning and go until about 4:30 Central in the afternoon, and for each of the 3 days. And it's not just me who is facilitating and leading the workshop, that experience. We'll also have a wonderful panel of women who are applying these spiritual principles or these universal principles, because that's what I really focus on, is like it works for everybody. That's what you learn, is that what you learn in this program will work for you no matter who you are or where you are. So we'll have a panel of amazing women who are applying these principles. We'll have a couple of guest speakers that I'm really excited about, because really I want to set people up with the right mindset and the framework by which they can duplicate and replicate the kind of success that, as they define it, right, that's true to them in their lives.
True. Well, this has been great. I mean, Shuronda, thank you so much. We're looking forward to this, a powerful event. Guys, knowing Shuronda, she'll figure out a way to get to us in 2025. But to all the women who are ready to embrace, their true selves, grow your wealth, lead with purpose, please don't miss out on True to You this November 7th through the 9th. Head to Shuronda.com right now, secure your spot, and trust me, being in this woman's presence will make you a better person. And anyone that Shuronda invites to the party makes it a party with a purpose. So this is your boy, Marty Jones, my friend Shuronda Robinson, Wreck and Shop here in Austin and around the globe. Truly a treat to be with you today. So Shuronda, thank you so much for letting me spend some time with you this afternoon and share this with my friends around the country, around the world, because this is an online event. You can plug in. The great thing about us being on Central Time, it's very friendly for those on the West Coast, very friendly for those on the East Coast and beyond around the world. Thank you so much. You'll be truly inspired, and I think you'll enjoy the time you spend with my friend Shuronda Robinson.
Thank you for having me, Marty. Thank you.
You're welcome.